It was really scary and traumatizing.
Atlanta police called to break up a fight at a hookah lounge in Buckhead. And now 3 Love and Hip Hop stars are facing serious charges.
I spent the morning in jail for nothing. I have a mugshot for nothing.
Bambi is stepping into the shade room for the first time since she was released from jail. What she says happened in that order in the moments before fists and wigs started flying.
It was like a setup.
Please seen the clips by now. Erica Mena, Addie Bambi Richardson from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and Rodney Zell Swag Shaw from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood seen tussling with several security guards at their table at the Luca Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. But what you don't see is the events that led up to all of this. Something Bambi told us was a complete misjudgment by police. The drinks were flowing. Rapper Saucy Santana was even in the building. Bambi told us as the night went on, she and her friends, including Erica Mena, were turning up more and more. She says that Mena was really having a good time.
And Erica was she was lit. We were having a good time. We had a couple shots and she was playing with Zell. And so she's playing with him and she's in his face and she's just being Erica, just being lit and turned.
She says out of nowhere,
a security guard came and just grabbed her up and, just was really, really excessive with the force.
Zell intervened.
Zell was trying to tell the security, hey, this is my sister, we're playing, this is nothing going on.
She says that the security guard misunderstood what was happening as Mena and Zell playfully got physical at their table.
I guess the security thought that it was a real altercation happening. But even when they got, where Erica was and grabbed her, and when we tried to tell him that nothing is happening, we're friends, nothing is going on, he still was just out of control.
And this is where things escalated. You can see Saucy Santana, he scurried on out of there. Soon after, an Atlanta police officer who was staged outside of the venue steps inside to assist.
So it was just really scary to see my friend pinned down on a couch with police and security. And it was just an instinct for me to try to get in between.
We got our hands on the incident report. The officer stated, quote, that I attempted to gain control of Miss Mena to escort her outside of the establishment to defuse the situation, telling her that I'm an Atlanta police officer and calm down. He goes on to say that, quote, Mena's acquaintances were inside the section hindering me from trying to escort Mena out.
I don't know if they were just trying to make a statement because of, who we are. But they absolutely did the most.
Because we've been seeing reports that Erica bit a police officer. Did you see any of that? Did you see Erica bite anyone? Did you bite anyone?
No, I didn't see her bite anyone. All I saw her do was, just be shocked and, do what anybody would do when they feel like they're being attacked.
But the officer said otherwise, claiming that Mena became even more aggressive and began to punch and kick him and others inside the lounge. He says that he went to put handcuffs on her, but she continued, knocking his body camera off.
I got the dodge because I don't play that.
Saucy Santana went on the record giving his side.
Erica was very belligerent. I don't know, maybe she probably got too drunk or whatever the case is. She was real wild last night. She got into it with the security guards. It was 3-4 big securities on top of her. So Zell just being a man and them his girls, he was trying to de-escalate the situation.
For those of you who do not know who Erica Mena is, I'm sure a lot of people do, but if you don't, Erica Mena is a model. My first initial time seeing her was in the Chris Brown Yo video. Okay. She was a young teenage video girl, turned model, turned reality star. She's most recently been in the news very frequently, because of her situation that she had going on with her ex-husband, who was also the father of her children, Safari. So, immediately when I saw this video and I saw that she got arrested and I saw all the charges, my first initial thought, and this is me being completely transparent with you guys, is this is what happens when women leave relationships and they think that, they got it all together. Oh, I'm the prize. I don't want you. I could do bad all by myself. Like, they literally step out of those relationships thinking that they got it all together, not taking into account what the other person said their problems were, not trying to change or elevate their ways so that they can, be a better version of the person that they were so that they can get different results, not necessarily stepping out and saying, hey, I want to, be a different person. I want to be a better person, because they think that they have it all together. And because they step out of these relationships thinking that they were the prize, that they were God's gift to this man, whenever they end up outside of these relationships, after the phase of all their homegirls, loving on them and doing all these things for them. Oh yeah, girl, you bad, you got it. After all of that, after the facade fades away, normally what happens is that these women start to self-destruct. And that's just being 100% transparent. Woman to women. Keeping it real with you. I remember there was an interview that her ex-husband did. And, he explained that it was her attitude, her mouth, her anger. The issues that she has, that she's dealing with, why he did not, any longer want to fight for the relationship or fight for the marriage, because it became too much. There was a video circulating on, I don't know if it was on YouTube or Instagram or wherever it was, of this same woman getting into a physical altercation with the first child's father that she has, because she has an older child as well. She was literally in the street, and ironically, every single thing that the officer said that she did to him in this video is exactly what we visually saw of her and her child's father in the street. The kicking, the punching, the swinging, like all of it. What's really sad is that women get so fired up because of the women around them that they feel like, oh yeah, I don't gotta change. I'm good the way I am. His loss. I didn't do nothing wrong. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong in that relationship, it had nothing to do with me, and it had everything to do with the other party. And then you have their homegirls who act like they in a relationship with you, act like they have more of your best interest at heart than the actual man who decided to walk down the aisle, put a ring on your finger, and commit to you. A lot of these women will go back to their homegirls and tell them, oh yeah, girl, you the best. You the one. He can't tell you nothing. They will sit there and fan the flame instead of telling the truth. And to me, as a friend, that means you don't love me for real. Because if you can see this woman outside jumping up and down on top of the couch in a club, being the loudest person in the club, screaming on the top of her lungs, then being, belligerently drunk. And you're talking about, oh, she was just having fun. She was just having a good time. You're not her friend. I'm just being real, okay? Based off of what I see. And this is not just for this situation. This is like, this is women on the whole. Women will be outside with their friends, quote unquote, outside with their friends, and their friend would be, so lost, they don't even know where they are. And you see the whole group of friends just sitting there kikiing, haha, oh, she just having fun. How is that fun? Any game could play. Then what? Because you're afraid to say, no, sis, slow down with the drinks. Maybe you need some water. Okay, hold on, sis. I know you're going through some stuff, but don't, get so inebriated that you don't know what's going on, that you forget where you are. Okay, sis, slow it down. I know we don't get out much or whatever, but, let's not take it that far. You can't do that. Because you're afraid that once you start to speak up to the person who can't be accountable for their own, actions, that they're going to turn around to you and not want to talk to you and be your friend no more. Again, let's backtrack. This is the same reason why these women have trouble in relationships, why they can't keep relationships. Because nobody can't tell you nothing and you think you got it all in the bag. When we saw this woman in her marriage, okay, I can only speak about this recent marriage that she was in. Everybody was talking about how different that she acted and how different she portrayed herself to be. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say, we did not see her in the club getting arrested. We did not even see her tussling with nobody. Why? Because men provide structure. Let's just be honest. You're so cooped up with your husband that you're not going to, one, you don't have the time. One, you don't have the energy. There's nobody that's even going to get close to you for it to be that kind of scenario, because you're not just out there unclothed. And when I mean unclothed, I don't mean literally unclothed. I mean as in you are, you're just out there in the world without your covering. That's what your husband is. You're covering. That's what your man is. You're covering. You're just out there all willy-nilly, depending on your homegirl, who is a woman like you, to just, again, like I said, fan your flame. As the homegirl is, saying that she, got arrested and it wasn't fair or whatever the case is, and it was for no reason. And to be honest, the reason is just birds of a feather flock together. And they figure if you down here with her and we can't control her, no matter if it's lost in translation and you are really trying to, break up the situation or calm down the situation, y'all came together. So we don't know if you on the same type of time that she's on. We're unaware. We don't, there's a saying, one fool makes many. We don't know if you another fool. We can't tell. But that's what happens when you can't tell your friends anything. That's what happens. Now you all up in a situation that have nothing to do with you. This might have been your first situation where you are involved in a certain scenario of this magnitude or of this sort. But your friend gets into these kind of altercations with men all the time. We've seen it on the media. It's not like we haven't seen this. The biggest problem is when women will turn around and their friend will be in the wrong and they will try to portray their friend to be such a victim. You want to know why? Because again, there's no room for change. There's no room for growth. There's no room for assistance. There's no room to say, sis, maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe you're going through a lot of emotional things, mental, whatever it is that you're going through. Maybe you genuinely need to sit down and talk to somebody because maybe you're outraged because of other things, or maybe you're overly, consuming alcohol because of certain things. And maybe we need to just slow it down. You're not doing that. Oh, you didn't do anything wrong. I can't believe this happened to you. I can't believe this. It's amazing how, you sit at this space and you're making your friend seem like the victim. And we literally just watched on TV. Well, I'm saying we, but, for people who have watched this reality show that she's on, she got into an altercation with a dancehall artist. And she, this dancehall artist is obviously a black woman. She got into an argument with this woman. She called this woman a monkey. She told this woman that, all these terrible things that, the woman had a very, serious surgery that she almost didn't make it out of. She told the woman that she should have never lived. Like, this is not somebody that we can see is like, oh, you don't even do anything wrong, or wow, these officers, they really took it to the next level. We can't say that. And again, and also, this is what happens when you are always, and in that altercation with that woman that she called the monkey, she flipped the table on her. Maybe verbally they were having an altercation, but physically, she began the altercation by flipping the table. And even if there was a pinch of a possibility that it was not, this woman's fault in this instance, no one is going to sit down and say, oh my God, we feel bad, because we've seen the way that this woman has acted against men time and time and time again for years. There's this thing in her that says, you know, I can challenge a man. I can do this to a man. I can harm a man. I could beat a man. And I'm sure as soon as those handcuffs touched her wrist, she regretted making the decisions that she made. But again, the sisterhood, the homegirls, oh, I can't believe they did this to you. We have to find a way to blame a man. So the police are wrong. The security guards are wrong. Your baby daddy is wrong. You know, every man who did something to you, they're wrong, but you don't have to fix anything about yourself. It can't possibly be anything about you. I thought it was interesting that, you know, when this gentleman was talking, he made sure to tell his account of what happened that night. And it was very, evident from the way that he began the story that she was very belligerent. That this was not a situation of, you know, oh, they just came over there and started something out of nowhere. No. It was based on her actions. So you listen to him and he's saying, based on her actions, everything went left. Her friend is saying, I have no idea how this happened. I don't even know. How? I don't understand. I was right there and I can't fathom what could have caused this. I don't know. We have to be real. As women don't even like to be accountable for their own, actions, the things that they do wrong. When you put a woman into a corner, she's going to be pointing on everything why it's not her fault. Oh, well, it's because you said, well, I did this because you said, as if they have no control over themselves. But then you have one woman who got divorced and is in a certain situation. Then her friend now, who is also divorced, you have the two of them clinging together, but can't keep it real. How do you want to see better for your friend, or how do you want to see growth if you can't be honest? Because let me tell you something. If I can't be real with you, I can't be your friend. Because I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit there and twiddle my thumbs if I see something, because for me to tell you the truth is because I love you. Because I love you. I want to see better for you. I don't want to see you going out bad. I don't want to see people looking at you in a certain light. I don't want to see that. And so since I don't want to see that, I'm going to be real with you. Even if that means you're not going to talk to me for a couple days. Even if that means that you're not going to talk to me at all, and you're going to do the inner work to try to get to that better version of yourself, because that's what love is. It don't mean that you're always going to be comfortable. It don't mean that you're always going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to be real with you. And I would hope for the same thing in return. A lot of women love to surround themselves with yes men. Once you go against what I'm doing, I don't want to talk to you. But once you're with what I'm with, once you're letting me be quote unquote free and just be who I am and have fun, even if I look ridiculous, that's when I'm cool with you. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It's unhealthy. It's toxic. It creates a cycle that's going to keep going and going and going and going. Problems, drama, problems, drama, problems, drama. And you know who's standing right in the middle? You. Because you can't fathom that you have any work to do. You can't fathom that you could be a part of the issue or the issue. And you have people around you who are just letting you have fun because you deserve to have fun. At what cost? Jail time? That's insane. Another thing I thought was very interesting was when, the woman said, oh, well, I didn't see her do anything wrong. She did what anybody would do when they feel attacked. When people feel attacked, they start swinging. Okay? So if you're saying that she didn't do anything wrong, you didn't see her do anything wrong, but she did what anybody would do when somebody is attacked, I'm confused. Okay? Because the normal person, when they feel attacked, they start doing foolishness. Okay, they be kicking, punching, swinging. They're going to do everything because they feel inferior at the moment. But I think that this should be taken as a wake-up call. I'm going to be honest. And I have to say this again. Women will get into relationships and marriages and they will throw, oh, well, I don't want to be with you. I'm leaving. They will pull the divorce card and play tough. Act like they got it all together. Act like they can handle being without this man. Oh, I don't need you. You know who I am? I'm better than you. I'm this, I'm that. I was doing you a favor by being with you. And then once they step out of that relationship, you watch the time that they go outside and they have their fun. They have their homegirls around them cheering them on. The men are welcoming them back into the streets. And then you start to see, hold up now. We starting to see you unravel a little bit. I thought you had it all together. I thought you were fine. Every time that we see this woman's, ex-husband in the media doing anything, stuff that doesn't even involve this woman, we see her comments under the posts. A lot of women have to put their egos to the side. I'm going to go a step further. A lot of women have to take their egos, ball it up, and throw it in the trash. It's okay to understand that you do need your man. It's okay to understand that, you know what? I do need to be with you. I was better when I was with you. I am better when I'm with you. I don't have to have the last word in every argument. I don't have to get disrespectful. I do need to change my tone. I do need to change the way that I speak to you. I do need to figure out what's going on with this inner anger and work on it. I do need to elevate myself. I do need to do some introspective work and see the things that I can work on to be better for me. I do need to take note of the problems that you had with me when we were in a relationship. I do need to do that. I'm just keeping it. This is my opinion. Okay. This is my opinion. Again, when I say these things, it's not saying that, people are supposed to be perfect and that people come without spot or wrinkle. It's more of the fact that we need to realize when there are cycles in the things that we are doing. And if you have a problem with A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, that maybe you need to look at yourself, especially if every time something turns physical, you are in the center of it. It's okay to be accountable for our actions. It's okay to say or admit that we've done something wrong. That doesn't make you weak. What makes you weak is saying that I could never do anything wrong. I'm perfect. I'm better than everybody else. I never make mistakes. That's weakness because you're lying to yourself. It takes a lot of inner work and inner strength to say, you know what, man, I messed up. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I messed up. I got to fix this. I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment sections down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.